Nothing's going on except kids playing pranks, trick-or-treating, parking, getting high.
You don't really know much about Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Who wants to party with psychopathics tonight?
Getting late. I could use a drink.
Tonight, the first 1,000 motherfucking Juggalo to make it to the Majestic Theater at 12 midnight will be partying with ICD, with Twisted, with Surviving, and with Blaze, your motherfucking dead homie!
Samhain. It means the Lord of the Dead. You thought no further than the strange custom of having your children wear masks and go out begging for candy.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Welcome everyone to a very special edition of the Juggalo Rewind podcast. I got so scared from the spookiness I couldn't speak straight. My name is Peter. I'm here with Chris.
Here we are. Halloween weekend, buddy. We're here. I'm so excited.
If you are listening to this live and in living color, it is Halloween weekend in Detroit, Rock City. And we're going to bring you a little bonus.
Detroit murderous, as they say.
They do say that. Who says that?
Someone does,
Someone
right?
does. Just to briefly go over who we are and what we do, in case you are new and you just stumbled on our spookiness.
Right, a little trick or treat for you. A little treat for everyone out there, though.
Yeah, hopefully. We are, as we said, the Juggalo Rewind podcast. Two guys, grew up in Detroit, listened to Juggalo music for the better part of 20 plus years. Good Lord.
Old man.
And we dissect albums, song by song.
Yeah.
Probably more than they should be. Dedicate way more time than needs to be. For you, the listener. Whether you're a old fan looking for some nostalgia, you're a current fan, and you just want to listen to some like-minded Juggalo talk.
Get a little history. We call ourselves Juggalo historians around these parts.
Yes. Or maybe you're a new fan, and we're talking about stuff that you've not heard and you want to learn about.
Yeah.
So we spread the gamut of Juggalo listeners. Which one are you? I don't know. You can let us know if you follow us on any social media at JuggaloRWD. You can email us at juggalorwd@gmail.com. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, where you can give us a nice review or a 5-star if you like this little bonus. If you don't, don't do anything. Don't give us like a 3-star. That'd be bullshit. But
That's true. We've only had 5 so far, I believe.
5s are nothing. So, you can also call or text us at 810-666-1570. We're not going to have any follow-ups at the end of the season.
No, this is just a little bonus boy. We call it the Halloween treat for all the Juggalos that are coming into town.
Yes. Or maybe you're listening to it while you're leaving town.
Or you're just at home, enjoying the holidays. Because this is the holiday. This is the big one.
The holiday.
This is the holiday.
Christmas, Thanksgiving, Juggalo Day. None of that matters.
Oh, it's secondary.
We're talking Halloween week.
That's right.
And we're doing it up fancy for you here. As we said, we go through album by album for seasons, but this little, what would we call it?
A little treat.
A mini season?
Yeah.
A bonus season?
Bonus round.
We are going to go over the Hallowicked 2001 CD.
Would you call this a single or an EP? I'd call it I guess an EP with 3 tracks.
What do they call like the maxi
single?
Is that like the 4 tracks?
Yeah.
I guess you could call it I guess it's a single.
Yeah, I think it's still technically a single. But this is the first time you get 3 3 tracks.
Oh, there are a lot we can talk about first with this one.
Yeah,
you want to get into that right now?
No, let's keep going with what you're doing. We gotta get.
I mean, I think I'm all good. I don't know. So yes, we were doing the Hallowicked 2001 CD giveaway.
Yeah.
And there's 3 tracks. Spoiler alert, if you listen to these in order, this is the first one.
Yeah.
I think the way that I drop them is a problem.
Right.
Maybe I need to do them in reverse order because people catch the most recent one first. So I think I need to drop 3, 2, 1.
You might need to.
So regardless, if you know anything about Hallowicked CD, you know what order to listen to these in.
But we kind of have a little backstory of the Hallowicked weekend throughout the 3 songs, and it kind of jumps around. So,
and that's why these are going to be 2 hours each when we want them to be real short and sweet.
So, out of order, I don't think it'll matter too much because we're kind of going to be all over the place. We're going to tell a lot of stories, a lot of history of that weekend. Yes. Big weekend, and the Juggalo history.
And there's 2 ways that you know that we're doing this in the Halloween season. Well, there's 3 ways. 1,
Michigan football is still undefeated.
We are watching college football currently in the studio. 2, I sound like I'm underwater. So it's sometime between September and May. And 3, we have a spooky booski of the week.
Oh!
So Chris is going to have this. I'm going to pass it over to him.
It's been a while, folks.
All right, come on. Where's my beer?
Crack her open. It's spooky season.
So this is for you. Read for the people what we're talking about. I can look for a glass unless you want to go straight.
No, yeah. I'm going to need a little glassky for this fancy boy. We got
fancy boy.
Pigeon Hill Brewing Company. Not to be confused with the ICP. This is the SCP Salted Caramel Porter. I already said the brewery. It was brewed in Muskegon?
Oh my God.
Oh, there's a G. I thought it was Muskegon, but then I seen the C, I thought.
There's a lot of hard cities and streets to talk about in Metro Detroit. Yes. Muskegon, not one of them.
No, Muskegon, Michigan, sorry. I thought it was a C in there. This one is a porter with salty caramel deliciousness. Yes, we'll take the Michigan pint glass. That'll work. This one is 6% alcohol by volume. So it's been a while, folks. If you listen to us in the past, the Dark Lotus, Tales from Lotus Pod theme, not the theme of the season, but we had a theme.
Well, for Chris, it was the theme.
Booski of the Week. We match beers with those songs, so we're bringing it back for spooky season. We're going to crack her open. SCP. Ooh. Ooh, that smells good.
It's not specifically Halloween-y, but it is, I think, a treat.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a little candy. Hopefully there's no razor blades inside.
Don't mind me. While Chris is pouring a beer, I am just plugging in my computer. So.
It smells better out of the can.
I need to go on the other side of the studio.
Also, if you listen to Dark Lotus, Pete just sniffs the beers. He's like ultimate warrior after a workout, just smelling the cookies.
I can't smell. This is the second one in a row. I can't smell.
Oh man, yeah, it smells like a little, like your grandma hands you a little caramel candy.
Do I still have COVID?
Long COVID.
You're not contagious for long COVID, right?
No, I don't think so.
If it is, I've had it for like a month and a half. So.
My throat still hasn't felt the same since I caught COVID the first time in late 2001.
Well, I can't plug this in because there's no place to plug it in. So you talk about what you want to talk about. You carry the ship. I'm
not carrying the ship. You steer the ship. I'm pouring the booski. So if you're at home, that's what we used to do during the Dark Lotus season. If you're at home and you want to find this, Pigeon Hill Salted Caramel Porter, everyone in Michigan should be able to find it outside. I'm not sure how far they go, but this one's tasty. Try to find it. If not, crack open whatever you like. Pumpkin beer, maybe a little Oktoberfest, whatever, wet your whistle for the season.
A lot of people like the Pumpkin, right?
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Oh, yeah, that one's good.
All right. Did you already taste it?
I have not yet. I was on the phone.
Sorry.
Dissipate. Nice smell. Not bad, yeah. Good aftertaste. Tastes like a caramel.
All right.
Tastes like a little hard candy you'd suck on. Chocolate milky aftertaste.
Oh man, this is why I can't. Oh, it'd be over. There's too many good ones that I'd be wanting to drink. So
That's why I'm here. I'm going to do it for you.
I appreciate it.
I wouldn't do it otherwise.
No, definitely not. All right, so getting back to business, we are talking the first track on the Hallowicked 01 CD. Now I can say CD.
This is a CD, yeah. There's no other.
You're not mad that I'm not calling it an album. It's literally a CD.
I think we could just call it a single if we're going to go in those terms.
Yeah.
But CD single, that's what we'll call it.
All right.
We'll mash it together.
Track number 1 we are talking about here, ICP's Every Halloween.
Yep.
Classic. We're getting ahead of
We're
ourselves.
just out of the way right now.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for stopping by.
Hope you liked it. That's a rollover from last season if you didn't listen.
You want to go through the tale of the tape?
Yeah, let's do that
into
now
the
before
history?
we get into like the history of it, right?
All right. Producer on this track, we have Mike P.
Man, he's been a staple almost this entire series. Outside of the first season, he's been all over the place. Mike Peasy.
Time on this track, you have 3 minutes and 33 seconds.
Solid length.
Is that from... now, we're going to get into this in a second.
Right.
It's also found on multiple other collections. You'll find that the track length is different.
Slightly different, yeah.
Because some of them have an intro, some of them have like a weird outro, but it's the same song for all of them.
Right.
Obviously, it was found on the giveaway. Maybe not obviously. I'm sure we're going to get to this, but this CD was given away at the Halloween show in 2001, which we will get to numerous stories about in the next coming episodes. But it's track 1 on that. We did not put what tracks they are here, so we failed on this aspect. It's also found on Forgotten Freshness 3.
We never did that before, though. We just list where it's found.
Yeah, I guess only when it was like most tasteless.
Yeah,
on
based
random.
on the where it fell in the albums.
So it's on Forgotten Freshness 3. It's also on the Hallowicked disc of Forgotten Freshness 4.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. That one was pumpkin scented, right? When it came out?
I believe so.
Okay, yeah. Mine no longer smells, of course, but I was like, that was a thing, right? I didn't just make this up in my brain.
I think it was. I agree. And then it was also on the It was also on the 20th anniversary Hallowicked CD collection.
When did that come out?
Well, since the first one was in 94, and then 20 more would be 2014, I would guess in 14 or 15.
Did they sell that? I don't know anything about that CD.
Yeah, they sold it, I believe, at that Hallowicked, if not after.
Okay. That's out of my, window.
Yeah, there wasn't like a giveaway. That was they sold it. Notes? You want to get into the notes now, or do you want to wait for those?
I guess the one, because we'll get into the other one with the history, but the CD is labeled that there's 8,000 copies, which is
that right? Is that right on the CD?
I believe it is stamped on there.
I'm looking at it right now.
Which is a ton. But at the time, this was the largest Hallowicked to happen.
Yeah, I would say so. It's the biggest venue. I don't know how many people were there, but
I believe it was like 5,000.
5,000.
At least it held that. Yeah, the capacity was 5,600.
There ain't no 5,000 people there.
But they pressed 8,000 samplers.
That's real funny.
But we did wind up with multiples, as I found out today, because I found another one in my old childhood attic.
I don't see where it says on... Oh, limited edition, press 8,000 copies. Interesting. I never picked up on that. Cool little... how it looks. Like it comes in a black sleeve. They came sealed. And then the CD itself, would you call that like a spine?
Yeah, it looks like a skeleton spine. Nice spooky orange, neon orange color.
I enjoy that. So yeah, 8,000 copies. I don't know what they did with the other fucking 6,000.
I mean, there was I actually, we'll get into the weeds here already, but I pulled up an old PT post of yours back in the day.
Oh boy.
And you said that you missed the smaller venues because there's way too many fucking people in that building, and there was a lot. I do remember it being packed.
Well, some things never change. I don't like people then. I don't like people now. All right, so Do you want to go through like the history of the show before we get into
the actual track?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I assume that's what you were leading up to down here.
Yeah, so I thought we'd go through to tie in just along with the music that whole weekend, a little history of it. So I think on this episode we won't discuss Hallowicked itself. We'll discuss the time leading up to Hallowicked.
Right.
Yeah,
the backstory leading up to the show, I would agree.
To give you a vibe of what was happening in the Juggalo world at the time. So here's my timeline I dug up in my investigative journalism. On 9/21/2001, local haunted house in Detroit, Erebus, not actually Detroit, Pontiac, but
Yeah, I was going to say.
Detroit proper. Is that how you'd say it?
Yeah.
ICP appeared there, and me and friend of the pod, Steve, we attended that event. And I remember Shaggy Two Dope chased me with a chainsaw, and I jumped back, and he goes, "The fucking blade's off it, asshole." He's scared. I'm like, "You're still chasing me out of the dark with a chainsaw." But
that's funny.
They did that, and I believe they also, in that time, hit a few other haunted houses in like the Midwest area.
Yeah, they were doing like a tour
because they were on the Hatchet Rising tour at the time. Which I guess we should point out that this show is like not at the culmination of the tour. It was like
towards
tail
the end.
end.
Yeah,
yeah. But so they're on tour, Hatchet Rising. In September, they start hitting local haunted houses or Midwest haunted houses. Actually, I should have this wrong. The Hatchet Rising tour starts 9/28. I have written down here.
Right, but it didn't end on Halloween.
No, yeah, but I thought it was in the tail end, but I had that wrong. It was at the beginning, kind of.
How long did it go on for?
A couple months, right?
Really?
I have the shirt, so I have to pull that out then and look at the tour dates. But anyways, before they went on tour, they did the haunted houses. Hatchet Rising tour starts 9/28/2001, and the next day, 9/29/2001. Hallowicked tickets go on sale.
Big news in the Juggalo world. Whenever tickets go on sale, everyone kind of...
At the time, yeah, you had to jump on them. Even though, as we've come to find out, the venue held a lot of people, so it did not sell out.
Yeah, I can't imagine that it did.
So here's what's interesting when it comes to this song. On 10/3/2001, the ICP's website has a post calling for radio stations that you listen to because they want to send a song out to them. And I do remember this at the time. I guess this is where I can get into this. The original single for ICP
for Halloween
2001 was Cartoon Nightmares. I could not get any confirmation of why they switched to this, but they made this song every Halloween for this radio station called they put out on 10/3. There has been discussions or posts about that. I think it's in the Forgotten Freshness booklet itself, actually, that they said they wanted to make a song to have everyone get their minds off of 9/11, which this song is kind of perfect for like getting you back in the like mood of Halloween,
right.
Like how shitty things were at the time. So that was what their story was. They wanted to get a song out to get you off of the horrors of 9/11 in time for Halloween.
Think about how crazy, and maybe that's just us looking backwards, and I'm sure there were others. 9/11 occurs, and then 2 weeks later they start a nationwide tour.
Right. It's kind of crazy to think.
Yeah, there had to have been more. I mean, wrestling was like the next week.
That was the first big event, yeah.
So there was other stuff, but it's just crazy that 2 weeks later they're rocking and rolling.
And like thinking back, like when I was going to these things, it's like that was crazy when it happened. But yeah, in 2 weeks, it's like you're just back to your life. Like it didn't even like. I mean, we were younger at the time, so it didn't.
I'm not comparing the two, but it took 2 years for concerts after COVID.
Right. And even now they're still fucked up because bands have to cancel shows if people are sick and have to adjust to like lower attendance. It's all still fucked up from that.
But no, fucking 9/11 and boom, we're just right back on tour. It's crazy, but I mean there was issues of like, you know, big events, Super Bowls, games, like there's mass amounts of people, like you're a sitting target.
Right.
I don't think anyone's aiming for 800 people in fucking, you know, Lexington, Kentucky watching ICP, but...
Unless ICP did it themselves, as that woman on Shockumentary said. Do you remember? She's like, what happens if they take a bunch of our kids in a big amphitheater and blow it up and they start playing the Dead Body Man song when she says that? I always love that clip.
Well, you love every clip from Shockumentary.
Shockumentary. That's what kickstarted my hardcore juggaloism, was not Shockumentary so much, but the MTV version of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the timeline.
If you're a new listener, we go off on tangents.
Yeah. Welcome to the Juggalo Rewind. Yeah. It's all over the place. So, yeah, the call for radio stations, they posted, and I never sent one in, but I do remember this song showing up on the riff, which is a local Detroit rock radio station.
Right.
Jumping ahead, 10/29/2001, they post.
Sorry.
Throw you off?
I was going to say, I don't believe this, but...
No, don't believe what they announced this?
They didn't announce this until the 29th.
Yeah, the 2 days before?
Yeah. How?
I don't think I even seen this announcement. I feel like I heard it at the show because...
we didn't even say what it was, I'm sorry.
Yeah, anyways, 10/29/2001, I have the screen grab of it. ICP.com announces the after party, which will be a record release party for Blaze You Dead Homie, and the second ever performance of Zug Island. The first being like the...
Really?
Yeah, the invite only...
They specifically said that?
Yeah, they said that was the second live performance, and like the first live performance for like a full crowd.
Oh, fuck. When are we talking about that? On the next... Okay, we can't talk about that yet. We'll do that later.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That there's a lot of interesting stuff there.
So, yeah.
I can't believe they just did that 2 days before. That seems strange.
Just to get the timeline going, 10/31/2001, Blaze has a Hot Hits in-store, which is a local record store.
Yep.
Not in Detroit, but...
Roseville.
Yeah, that's East Side. 4 to 6 p.m. he was signing, which is like right up to the wire.
So, yeah, a little bit of backstory here. I thought I had a part of the story. Friend of the pod, Michelle, this was her first Hallowicked.
Okay.
She drove with her mother. I don't know
my first Hallowicked, too.
Look at you guys. Kindred spirits. I don't know how many people, if it was just her and her mom came. They went to Hot Hits just because it was like the place to go. They didn't know.
They stumbled on it.
Yes.
That's sweet.
There's a huge ass line, and they just went up and like, we just drove like 12 hours to be here. We just want to shop. We're not here for Blaze.
Right.
In retrospect, like, should be there for Blaze, but at the time, that was not of her concern.
Yeah. But she knew Blaze, right? I'd imagine she's going down for that.
She had to have known because, I mean, she was at gatherings. Lotus has been out by now. Riders has been out by
for
now.
sure would have known.
But I don't think.
But you see a giant line, like, I don't want to wait in this line. I've driven for fucking 13 hours.
She didn't go for Blaze.
Just wanted to go to Hot Hits.
Yeah. And they let her in. They let her sneak the line.
Yeah. Did she sneak in and get an autograph? Autograph?
Autograph? I don't think she did. But yeah, that's my slight aside story. And I didn't know.
I was wondering if you went to that, yeah.
I don't think
I didn't even know about it.
I'd like to think I would remember if I did. I remember being in line there very, very early. And in retrospect, why? Who gives a fuck? Yeah. I mean, I'm sure we'll get into it in later episodes, but it's at the... God, I was going to say the State Theater. At the State Fairgrounds.
It's a huge parking lot.
Yes, and I remember the line being like the main thoroughfare.
Down the middle, yeah.
And I was there fucking early.
I was too.
But why?
Get a good spot. Merch. I bet it was merch. At the time, you wanted to get like ship for it sold out.
Which I didn't buy one thing of. But I can see you bought a couple things.
Feel this, boy. I have the official, sitting on the table, the official Hallowicked shirt.
We're going to be talking about this later.
Yeah,
so.
Just feel how thick that is.
Oof.
It's like a blanket.
That is. That's nice, boy.
It's so thick. Too thick.
Did you get this then?
Oh, yeah.
That's in good... I can't believe how good a condition that's in.
And, let me stand up and show you the other one. You've probably seen it. Got the... the twisted Happy Hallowicked motherfucker shirt. We'll get to that later.
Way well.
This one not as thick. They're both shitty ass Gilligan tees, but that's a Gilligan like beefy. And this one's
beefy.
I forgot what this one is, but this one's a little thinner. Still way thicker than modern t-shirts.
It's crazy that you've had those for that long.
One other little note on the timeline leading up to Hallowicked. That day also, on 10/31, Mars drops the Real Dark Lotus disc, which if you listen to Season 2, we break down the Dark Lotus disc that Mars drops. But I did not realize
about that song in depth.
Yeah, we did on the... It was either on What's the track that Jay says, you ain't Lotus and you know this bitch?
I thought we waited until the...
I think it was on the wrap-up.
Yeah,
yeah.
But I didn't know if we went that in-depth with it.
Yeah, check out the wrap-up on Dark Lotus Tales from the Lotus Pod if you have not listened. But I did not realize that came out on that day.
Yeah, that's funny.
ICP.com also put out a statement about it and saying it was a perfect, like, fuck you. They're like, this is all we're ever going to say about Mars. He was some kid we gave a chance. We don't care about it.
Sour grapes.
I mean...
On everyone's.
Yeah, but I think that's like probably the best way to diss him back.
Just to say that, that we don't even know
Call
who
him
you are.
a kid. Like, but anyways.
Poor Bobby Mars.
Just a funny little note that I did not realize came out on that time. So that's the timeline. Give you a little feel of what was happening in the Juggalo world leading up. As we said, the after party was the Blaze record release party. He had the in-store. His album was dropping the night before. Devil's Night was the release date, right?
Yeah. It popped up around before that. But
right.
yeah, officially
official
Halloween
date.
weekend. And just to put it in a bigger picture, the last large psychopathic release was Tales from the Lotus Pod.
Yeah.
So we're talking post Bizarre and Freak Show, post Tales from the Lotus Pod. Blaze is about to come out, but then Mirror, Shangri-La still a year out.
Yeah.
So we're in a nice little sweet spot of, I guess this is a Lotus era.
Yeah, you're still in the Lotus era because it's Hatchet Rising where Lotus is touring.
Interesting, if you put it like that, these songs that all three members put out, well, I guess we'll just say ICP right now.
Yeah.
Theoretically, they are recording Lotus right now. No, I'm sorry. They're recording Shangri-La right now.
Yeah, starting to. I don't know if they started yet, though, because...
if they haven't, they're about to. Like, so this is
they're getting ready to.
Between two very big albums.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. Two huge ones. This is... So they have, as we discussed on the Tales from the Lotus Pod season, they have their own studio now on their grounds. So, yeah, these to me were probably recorded on separate sessions for sure, but recorded just one-offs.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Sure.
I mean, they could have been thought about forever, but it's just interesting that I'm just trying to put a timestamp.
No, for sure. But it isn't, like you said, interesting to think of them as the Dark Lotus era, because as we're going to get into
Hatchet Rising era, yeah, for sure.
As we get into this song every Halloween, no Dark Lotus vibe to it. This is a very upbeat song and fitting, as they said, the post 9/11 vibes that you want.
I can't even dissect that sentence.
I'm just saying it is
post 9/11 vibes. What the fuck are you talking about?
I was saying wanting to get people's minds off of that time. That's all I meant by that.
Our troops have found Osama bin Laden and brought him to, what did John Cena say? To his something compromised.
He stood on the table, right?
Right after like his pay-per-view win.
We have caught and compromised to a permanent end Osama bin Laden.
Didn't he announce it before Obama did?
It was literally the first
he was the first one to break the news, right? It's something crazy.
I thought it was brought him to his.
That was one of my first. I guess it wasn't my first, but that was one of the first.
Your first political boner.
First big Twitter breaks. That was I heard about it on Twitter before the whole world found out. Not the whole world, but before Obama announced that happened. That's what I meant. Something that broke early.
That was that far?
Oh, yeah.
God. What years was Obama? 8 and 12? 2016.
2008 to 2016, yeah.
God damn. Time flies when you're having fun.
Speaking of having fun, let's get back to Hallowicked.
Oh, I thought you were talking about election time.
It is. That's also the time of the year. Yeah. Got spooky season followed up by spooky voting.
Yeah. 2001, not even a midterm election.
Yeah, nothing was happening, right?
Yeah, that's a shame.
That's a shame. That's why it was so fun.
I can't wait till we get to a Halloween that was on an election period. Oh, God. Can't wait. All right. So as we said, we're going to talk about the actual show and merch and after parties and
Yeah.
all that in upcoming episodes of this.
Yeah, I thought this
bonus.
one kind of we lay the grave. Fuck
Lay
that
the
all.
grave work.
Lay the groundwork of the scene at the time,
Yeah.
leading up to Hallowicked. What
Why
was
we're
going on,
here.
Yeah. But
You
now
don't-
back to the track at hand.
You don't know why we're here, but you do know who I am. So as we do, we go through the lyrics. If we have to read them like poetry, we do. If we have to skip through it, we do. But again, if you're a new fan, we're just letting you know that we kind of gloss through, bring up little references that you may not know or stories of things
Yeah.
bring up, or we just talk about bullshit. That's the fun of it, right? Every Halloween, Insane Clown Posse. You
Yeah.
ready to go?
Almost a Violent J solo.
Fuck, that didn't have to be said. That's just obvious.
I mean,
Oh, you
actually,
know what? You're right. Like Shaggy doesn't have a verse.
he doesn't even
on this
appear on this, does he?
one. Yeah, I don't think so. There
More
are
solo than the actual solo album we did in season 3.
I think not in the part that I'm looking at, but there are parts where you can hear stuff in the background. But I think it's Jay.
Yeah, I think it's all
saying
him.
it. All right.
This
So
is still also in the time where we had the Violent J dipping his toes when he did his own rock band, and then
there's a lot going on here. There's so much I want to talk about that I'm going to try to save it till the end.
Yeah.
So, first, number one, Violent J. He is talking about trick or treating. It's literally a song about trick or treating.
Yeah.
Great.
which is the second time this appears in Hallowicked lore, because not Mr. Rod Treats,
Halloween and military.
Halloween Military was a trick or treat story. So
Talk about a classic.
Yeah.
My God.
I paint my face every year, all day. The 31st ain't nothing to me. Another holiday.
I paint my face every year, all day. The 31st ain't nothing to me, just another holiday. So I already have a problem with this. Like, I know what he's saying, but I may be looking too far into it.
yeah,
I paint my face every year, all day. That doesn't mean anything. He means
I was more upset at his downplaying of Halloween itself. I get what he's saying, that he does it all year, but
it's just nothing to him.
yeah, come on, Halloween's still Halloween.
I'm more at an issue with his grammar.
Well, what do you want for the kid?
He should
As we learned, he read one book.
he should say he paints his face
All day.
every day,
All year.
all year, not all day every year. Idiot.
It doesn't rhyme.
It doesn't rhyme. He could have said, "I paint my face all year, every day." It'd be the same ending. All of a sudden, face painting's in style. Everyone's out there painting their face.
Well, a lot of people paint their face though for trick or treat. It's more like
Masks.
masks,
Yeah,
or costume.
We'll get to that in a couple episodes. Lots of masks going on. And he's been doing it ever since Gilligan's Island was on. Do people not know Gilligan's Island? I mean, people our age barely know it, but like it's not in reruns. There's no like pop culture for any more for that, is there?
It's one of those shows that like everyone knows the name though. Like I've never watched a Gilligan's Island in my life.
Oh my God.
Like even the reboots, all that shit.
There's been no reboots.
Yeah, they've rebooted that.
No.
There was one in like the 90s or 2000s that was real shitty.
I don't think so. Gilligan's Island was I was about to just start singing the song. So people went on a 3-hour tour and they got shipwrecked and very much like Lost, except without the polar bears and the smoke monsters. No one
Spoiler alert, I haven't watched it yet.
What, Gilligan's Island or Lost? Either one.
Neither.
No one can find them. I mean, this show is from the late 60s, early 70s.
It looks like it's annotation from, I believe, the Juggalo 17 on
Is it from
Jesus.
Moon Glorious?
no, Da Juggalo 17.
Of course.
It ran from September 26, 1964 to April 17, 1967. What a small window for a show that's like burned into people's memories.
All of those shows are. I mean,
Yeah.
now we're getting into it, but
It was the beginning of television though, like that type of stuff.
Munsters, Addams Family, those
Couple
were
of years, that's it.
2
Yeah.
at the most, right? Like,
Because they're the first. Yeah, that's why.
yeah, when you think about them being around forever, they may have had like long seasons, but
Yeah, because I wanted to watch the Munsters before the zombie movie came out. I was like, oh, it's only 2 seasons, but it's like 50 episodes a season.
Did you watch the Munsters movie?
The movie, yeah, not
That
the
was
show. It's fun for what it is. I didn't
Yeah, but-
expect going in that it was gonna be good. Like acting's god awful, dialogues,
Yeah.
stories, whatever. But like,
It's just it's fun.
looks awesome. Yeah, it's funny at parts. It's cool seeing Zombie do a movie that's not just like white trash swearing.
Yeah.
Stop.
Waiting for that Philadelphia Flyers movie.
I forgot he was supposed to do that.
Never gonna do that. Goddamn
Like,
Munsters.
The thing with Zombie 2, he's a great director. He's a terrible writer. Like if you just had someone give him a script and like he was in charge of like shooting it and like putting the music to it, he's one of the best on that. Like it all looks awesome. The way it's shot's cool. Music always matched up, but like he just can't write dialogue at all.
Well, not everyone's violent, Joe.
Hey, you've seen Big Money Hustlers and Rustlers.
And you may be seeing it this weekend.
No, you won't, because you're going to Old Wrestling
That's true.
a couple days from now if you're listening live.
And if you missed it, you missed the Pine Box match. And I'm not going to tell you who Buster Buckaroo's partner
was.
He fucking no-sold me.
You asked him?
I'm like, who's your partner? Didn't tell me. Son
He's a
of
professional.
Fuck him.
Fuck.
Where were we? Try picking up a chick when you're painted up like a weirdo. Well, all right. Sorry, Jay. I guess that's another part of your insecurity, not being able to pick up
That's
girls.
true. Jay's always insecure about himself.
I'm 68 years old. I still trick or treat. You think I care? Shit, I'm trying to find something to eat.
I keep this line's great because I'm like, we're getting closer and closer, ticking that he'll actually be 68 years old. The wrap of this line.
That's great. I feel bad for him here coming up. He's talking about the old ladies who he just wants quarters. He doesn't even want pennies. Do people really give away pennies?
I've gotten change, I remember, as a kid. But, like, you don't know. Like, that's the thing. It's dark. People just, they hold in their hand and drop it in the dark. You can't tell.
Yeah.
But you would always dump out your candy sack, and there'd be just some, like, fucking coins in there. And, like, who gave me coins? It's so weird.
Can we get into something and then just not dwell on it?
Yeah, go.
I only think I trick-or-treated maybe once in my life.
What?
I don't think... Since we moved here, I never.
And you moved here young, right? Like,
3rd grade.
why weren't you trick-or-treating?
Because you can't up and
Yeah,
down that
you're-
main street.
You had to go somewhere, right?
I think before we moved here, I did. But I only remember like once.
So what'd you do on Halloween?
Well, for
Go to Hallowicked.
from 1996 on, I definitely had a date with the devil. But before then, nothing. And we didn't have anyone come up because we were on a main road.
Yeah. Yeah, you
I don't think we ever had someone come up to the door.
and you're set back, your childhood house set back.
Yeah, that
over
would suck to like.
there. Yeah. We don't get anything over here because we're in like a dead end. But we're still in like a crowded neighborhood kind of.
Yeah.
Oh man, trick or treating was the best.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I think maybe my mom would know specifically, but yeah, I can only remember like once.
Well, maybe you should just go before Hallowicked this year. We'll go in a couple of days.
I'm 68 years old. I
Yeah.
still trick or treat.
We'll just bring you with Ivan. Like they won't know. They're like, oh, he's just a big child.
Big child. Yeah, if there's a year where you want to go to Hallowicked, I'll just come here and take your kids.
Well, we're still going to Hallowicked. We're just going after the kids trick or treat. So come here. We'll all go trick or treat. You get a bag. You can throw on the pumpkin or the skeleton mask from Halloween 3. And go with Lucy and Ivan, and then we'll all just ride out to our boat.
Right out to Harfos. All right, that sounds like a plan. I like it. I'm sick of all these little kids. I know you did it. Put a brick in your bag and hit me in the head with it. Kids really hitting an old ass man with a brick in a bag.
You shouldn't be hitting anyone with a brick in the bag.
You know, that seems very
He leads into it like you think it's going to be like a Halloween trick where they're like light dog poop on fire up in your porch. No. Fucking brick in a bag. It's fucking homicide.
Do you think it's maybe it's a little Larry Sherb's kids that
I
are
was just about to say
coming back for him. He did all that bad shit back then.
That's good booking, brother.
Long-term storytelling.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, we missed The Fiend on SmackDown.
We did. I actually want to go back and rewatch some WWE. We should make a little side note. We should make a little Larry Sherm T-shirt for next Halloween.
I mean, on his bicycle, on the front is like him, and then on the back he's like laying on his
candy over.
Oh God! I hope he made it to your character list.
Oh yeah, I mean he
should be fucking #1.
Yeah, he's in that top row.
He's up there with the top row. He's up there with Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny, Moon Glorious, Ched Thupman, always.
I feel like Moon Glorious is like Florida Joe are like
they're above that level.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like they're like the beginning, like they're the top of that list.
Maybe.
If anyone here is listening for the first time,
no, we're cutting all this.
Okay, go on.
Can't listen to any of that. It's behind the scenes shit. Not only do they beat him, they take his candy.
And they diss him.
Look what I got from the fat guy painted like Kiss. So he's painting his face like Violent J. And now we know it's not just like not random fucking gold dust face paint. That's this black and white J paint.
I like this because remember in Jekyll Brothers where he got all fucking shitty about Kiss and he's like, Psycho Circus, you stole my shit.
Yeah.
Like they didn't. No, it's just a coincidence that Kiss has no fucking idea who ICP is.
No, not at all.
Kiss doesn't even know what music is. They even make music. They just live in their bubble.
Yeah, they don't
like
make
Jimmy
music.
Buffett. You think Jimmy Buffett knows any other music? He's Jimmy Buffett. He lives in his own world. Kiss don't know who you are.
No. It is funny how many times they reference that, though.
Yeah.
Just because they both have black and white face paint.
Oh, yeah. Like, people would always make fun of ICP back then. Oh, you're just Kiss ripoffs. It's like, nothing about it is... Yeah, because the face paint is black and white.
Does that mean Danhausen's an ICP ripoff?
Yeah, that's all stupid. You know what, though?
They're all from Detroit.
As we'll get to it later, Twisted at...
What?
Twisted at Hallowicked 2001. They come out. Their face paint was just like stars over their eyes. Very... Kiss-like.
No.
No?
No, you got that wrong.
Yeah, so they come on the Santa outfits? They got like...
I think we're going to have to cut all this. At the after party, they have the X's over their eyes.
Maybe it was X's then.
The
photo's hard to see.
I don't think they're like that at the show.
They definitely have like... They don't have their normal face paint. And the Santa outfits.
All right. You want me to keep going while you do that?
No, you're right. It's like X's.
But I thought that was only at the after party. I didn't think that was... Oh, watch out for your other. Yeah, I feel like the one at the show, at the after party, is like way more definitive.
Yeah.
It's not even the circle.
Don't those look like stars, though? Like, that looks kind of Kiss-like.
Yeah, kind of. All right, we'll let that slide.
After I made a ruckus over here.
Yeah, after Chris dropped everything off the booth. Yeah, he's painted like Kiss. Oh, then we're at the end. All year I'm a psycho, but at every Halloween, you want to be me. So he's saying that he's the weirdo, and this is like the theme through every verse. He's the weirdo every day of the year, but every year, once a year, he's the normal one. Everyone tries to be like him.
Love that.
The hook. Now we're talking. This is prime J Rockstar.
Yeah, he wants to be Eddie Vedder so bad.
Man, so bad.
You wanna be me?
So good, but we'll get into it if we think this is good or not at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's prime him wanting to be Zug Island.
Yeah.
Which is right around the corner. Like literally right around the corner.
Yeah, I mean at this point they're a band. He's got them. They already made the album. He made the album. Rude Boy made the album, and then they're like, "We need a real singer. These guys can't do this."
In comes G Money. All right. Every Halloween.
I dig it. I dig that sound. And
I can just picture. So maybe we should go back. Is this a song that they've done recently live, or do they do Cartoon Nightmares? I literally get them confused.
I think they do both nowadays on Halloween. They definitely do this live. And we tried digging up information on the set list. We don't remember this. Yeah. I feel like I remember they played this at Hallowicked 2001.
No way.
Because this song was on the radio. It was already known before.
No.
I swear they played this at Hallowicked 2001. Because I feel like I popped like, oh shit, this is the single, like, that song they had on the radio.
I don't remember anything about the show, so.
I feel like they played this. If anyone out there knows, call the hotline, send us an email, post it on the Instagram. Because I feel like it happened. Maybe it's just me, like, in my brain.
Revisionist history.
Yeah, because, God, this was 21 years ago.
We've been to a couple shows since then.
Right, but I feel like they played this there. But they definitely have played it since then. No doubt.
I can just picture him, not that I've seen it, doing the hook. I can just see him, like, arms spread, just, like, head tilted back. Yeah, that's what I do, like, when I'm singing in the car. I picture being Violent J. Verse number 2, we're getting even better now.
This is the line I repeat all the time.
There's so many good ones here. A gorilla, a puffer fish, and a bag lady all made love and had a little baby.
It's so good. It makes no sense, but it's so good.
He's big and goofy like a gorilla, but he's fat like a puffy. He blows up like a puffer fish. Puffy. And a bag lady.
Bag lady, is that a common term around, like, all over? Or is that like a...
Yeah, I think it's just known to be like a homeless person.
Yeah, a homeless woman who's, got the cart and all the grocery bags full of shit.
Yeah.
Always like a character in a horror movie, You always see like the creepy little... Like, I just watched Funhouse recently, and they have the homeless lady always like popping up and making noises and scaring them. She's very bag lady-like. I always feel like it's a
very Catwoman
trope
like,
in Halloween movies.
How come the hobo is always a man with the rag and a stick?
Yeah.
But the woman is like, with the cart and cats.
Or pigeons like in Home Alone 2.
Pigeons. And supposedly I'm the one. Oh, he's the one.
Yeah,
he's the baby. Now here's a line that they use not as often anymore, but at this point that's purely speculation.
That's straight from Stranglemania, yeah.
They use that a lot.
Not even purely speculation, but like, or they'd be like, that's word around the campfire, hearsay. They'd always like go on these like tangents of like
words that mean that. Yeah.
Always funny.
That's one of those things that I use, but you catch yourself that like, oh fuck, that's like their thing, and you don't want to just be like regurgitating like.
I love that. Like you said, the first time Stranglemania, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. On Halloween, people smile at me. The rest of the year, they dial the police. Great line. They kick me off their lawn and shoot me off their cars. Maybe it's shoo me off their cars.
I always thought it was shoot me, but shoo me makes more sense and it's even funnier. Shoo me.
Why would he be? Why would he be on their cars? Is he just like on it, like trying to wash the windows like in the newspaper?
Even if it's not Halloween, why are you hanging out in their cars?
But on Trick or Treat, they're giving me candy bars.
But on Trick or Treat.
What? But on Halloween?
Yeah, he said, but on Trick or Treat.
Sorry, but on Halloween, they give me candy bars. Trick or treat, it's 5:30 in the morning. I'm still out. I'm standing on your lawn and looking through your window. I love that it's 5:30 in the morning and he's still wandering. Is he homeless? We haven't like mentioned, does he have
he's a baby of a bag lady, so you'd imagine he is. I don't know.
He has no residence.
I imagine we came home about 5:30 after this night. The after party and everything.
Oh yeah, it was a late night for sure. We're stepping on the next great line.
This which line's better? The start of this verse or this line?
I think this one. Yeah. I'm looking through the window. Tap, tap. I see a gummy bear on the table. You gonna eat that?
Tap, tap. I see a gummy bear on a table. You gonna eat that?
Like, also putting in context that this was a song that got some radio play. Love that this is like the song that people might have first heard ICP from. It's like this goofiness. I love it.
There's no swearing.
No, it was specifically made for the radio.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, I get that, but I'm surprised.
He does drop one coming up here, but I don't think he says shit. I think he says she.
Shit. Yeah.
From like what's his name from The Wire? She.
The mayor.
Reese Doby for governor of my state. She.
That's another great line, back to back. My paint don't come off, and if it did, you think I'm scary now. Shit.
This was good too. I look like Frankenstein that's been slapping. Oh, your children hug me on Halloween. He gets all like deep and gravelly,
and then it starts back into the singing with the hook. I think the hook is a little different here on the second one. I think the instrumental drags out a little longer. Not to get too deep into it, but the next verse is like half a verse compared to the other two. So I think the end of the hook really serves as the first part of the third verse, and it's more of like an instrumental.
No, you're right, because it drops out for a while where it's just the beat going as opposed to him.
See, that's the part that you pull for intros and not fucking parts
That's
of the
what I
verse
did pull. It's at the very beginning.
Anyways.
I bumped up the sound. It sounded good, folks. Did you like my intro? My first intro I made.
Verse number 3. Jay still kicking sweet lines here. 364, people hate my guts. On Halloween, though, they want to ride my nuts. So he kind of says the same thing in every verse, which is kind of annoying. Like, yeah, we get it. Like, it's Halloween. It's your day.
You like this, though. He's telling a story. He's giving the theme. He's staying on track. He's not falling off.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not hating it. It's just he's repeating the same thing over and over. They dress up as monsters, freaks, and clowns and pass jelly bears, goobers, and suckers around.
Another great line.
The next day when I try to trick or treat, so he's trick or treating on November 1st, which is great. It's get off my porch or I'll call the cops, you freak.
Which, I feel that. Like, everyone wants to get all spooky and enjoy Halloween, and then once Halloween season's over, it's like, oh, everyone's ready for Christmas. It's like, I want to, you leave your Christmas lights up into New Year. Why can't you leave your Halloween lights up until, like, mid-November? So,
I feel like you leave them up until spring.
I do. I sometimes will leave them up until that next Saturday. Get one more Saturday of them. Take them all down. Then you get, like, 2-3 week window before you put all the Christmas shit. But I agree. I appreciate Jay calling people out, because once it's over, everyone's like, that's it. Like on the movie Trick or Treat, like the second they're done, she starts tearing down all the decorations before Sam comes out. It's like, yeah, people don't revel in Halloween as much as they do with Christmas. They let Christmas fucking ride. Sometimes you let it ride all the way to Three Kings Day.
Three Kings Day? I don't even know what that means.
That's the old Polish Catholic. You wouldn't take down your Christmas decorations till Three Kings Day, which is like January 9th, I think.
Until JR's birthday?
Some of them folks, you ever see the people in the neighborhood who don't take down decorations all winter and they're still like turning on their Christmas lights? It's like fucking February 1st.
Yeah. Or the white trash around here, they just leave it out just all year.
Oh, there's definitely a house in the neighborhood that has like, they don't turn them on, but they're stapled to like their fence. They're just like there year round.
White trash shit.
Come on now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have your lights out?
No, I don't, but you know what it all mean. White trash shit.
It is.
Wayne County life.
I don't understand you people, but that's okay. I'll see you all the next time you try to be violent, Jay. Every Halloween. So,
we didn't do this. We didn't track out how long the chorus rides out in the end.
It wasn't too bad,
no.
I think. He only did it once, I think. I thought about it. So that's every Halloween.
So on the chorus, I never knew. This is what he says: "Live careless, freely, don't you?"
Yeah, I never.
Like I hear parts of it. Like I know it's the "don't you," and like, well, I don't care.
I always thought, yeah, that's one of those that I really don't know what I thought he said. They just every Halloween they want to be me.
Yeah, but the little background shit, like I
don't care. Yeah, I never like picked up or tried to listen to that. I was just, I was the lead singer in my head, not the.
Oh yeah, I'd be belting that shit. Still do.
So let's go back to this. If you're a regular fan, you're probably waiting for us to shit on everything like we always do. This is prime J era, not like rhyming on beat or having like the same number of syllables.
Yeah.
But this is great. Like, I know I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but like, this is a prime example of when he does that and it's good.
Oh yeah,
we've hit some recently where it's just like he's talking through something, no relation to the beat or the number of syllables or anything, and it's just like you're telling a story, which is his forte, I guess. But this, it clicks 100%.
Yeah, when he hits it great. Like you said, no rhyming on it. Like this isn't nothing like a rap MC. They're like, oh, this is sweet.
No.
Everything about it that's good has nothing to do with like technical aspect of him rhyming at all. No.
And there's no metronome of like da 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 da
Yeah.
da 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 da.
No.
It's like he talks in different voices at different lengths.
Yeah.
It goes over the end into the next verse, like, or next line. Like but it's great. It's prime era of him doing this, but it's a perfect example of when it hits.
Right.
It hits.
And if you listen to us during Tales from a Lotus Pod,
Which is only theoretically like 6 months before this, right?
And we joke about him being bad in that. He won the MVP voting, and we voted for him a lot of times that he was the MVP of tracks. But there's a fine line where, like, yeah, when it works, it's fucking home run, out of the park, and then sometimes you're like, oh shit, this is not going at all. But this one is like...
Yeah, did he even have his speakers on when he was trying to put this together?
This one was clicking on all cylinders. And not only, like, is great as a Juggalo song where you're, like, painting the outsider, it's a great... And it was a radio single. It's a great song of, like, people who like Halloween and, like, viewing it as that, like, super into, especially nowadays, like, with Instagram and TikTok and all the social media influencers. Like, it's like every holiday is like 20 times more. Everyone has to be like, oh, I'm big into Halloween. Yeah. Like,
everyone's
Jay at this point, before the era, giving you that vibe.
It's not too dug into Juggalo lore.
No, if you listen to this on the radio, it doesn't. This would just be a cool holiday song almost.
No one would really understand why he paints his face all year or why he's a weirdo.
That's
so there's a little bit of a disconnect there. But if you knew anything about them.
But if you just heard that on the radio, you wouldn't. I don't think it would be enough to be like, oh, who is this guy? What is this? Is weird.
Yeah, he may need to do a little more explaining at the beginning, but otherwise, like, yeah, it's pretty good for non-fans to latch onto and understand what's going on.
And like we said, the kind of the Juggalo references are ones that are like ones that people who aren't Juggalos wouldn't like that's only purely speculation. Like you'd pop you if you were a fan, but if you weren't, it would just it would go over your head, but it wouldn't throw the story off for you at all.
Yeah, he's not talking about Ned and anything. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
There's none of those words or themes in this. Yeah, you could tell he took his time to try to think of it as a radio single, for sure.
Maybe this was a Zug Island Halloween song.
Oh, could
you imagine?
So, Cartoon Nightmares was the original.
And this was the fourth track?
Do you think there's a Zug Island version of this? And Jay's like, that's too good. I want that as my song.
Fuck, man. Can you imagine Sin singing this?
Oh, man.
Now we're talking.
I mean, it wouldn't work because of the face paint and all that as a theme. But it's definitely Jay, but it has a Zug Island flavor to it.
The beat is already rock.
Right.
Sin could do the hook.
Yeah. It could have been Sin with Jay.
Jay could have done the verses.
Right. Because that happened on Cracked Tiles already.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, those two sing together. Oh,
man, maybe that was the original plan because when I was digging, I could not find any reasoning why. Because I think they announced it as Cartoon Nightmares originally, and then it just swapped to they go, oh, here's the single. These are the 3 tracks, and it was every Halloween now. There was no like reasoning why.
Yeah,
that shit switched,
and that's why I think I mix it up too.
Yeah, they're both in my mind considered
Halloween track.
They're not both Hallowicked singles, but they're both Halloween track. When I make a playlist, if you go to the Juggalo Rewind profile on Spotify, both tracks are on the Season of the Pumpkin playlist because they both give me those vibes. I connect both of them too.
Is Cartoon Nightmares even really talking about anything Halloween?
Not really. It just arm my trunk kind of. I don't know.
Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe it just has those vibes from that time being.
Yeah, I mean, I confuse them all the time, but for no real reason. Because, Cartoon Nightmares doesn't talk anything about Halloween.
Got some Jay singing. I seem to reckon.
Definitely does. Without getting too deep, where does this land for your, favorite Hallowicked songs? So there's been, let's just frame it at 25, right? Yeah. ICP ones, there's roughly 25.
We're counting just ICP. We're not counting any of the Twisted.
I would say so, yes.
Yeah. Top 5, hands down. Possibly top 3.
It's
probably top 3, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to beat the first 3.
Dead Pumpkins, Military Street, Mr. Rotten Treats. Yeah.
But after that, this is right there.
Yeah.
There's some other funny ones here and there that, people gravitate towards, but goddamn, yeah, this has got to be a top 5.
You know, one low-key I dig? Wicked Halloween.
Time to get blood, and we get blood everywhere?
And Shaggy does it under the light of the moon. Fucking love that part.
Yeah, I mean, there's some gems randomly, but not like banger after banger.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has got to be top 5.
And this one came after like some duds to me, like Toxic Love and Sleepwalker was okay, but like I felt like there's those first 3 fucking boom awesome, and then it kind of like went along, and then this came out and like, oh shit, here we go.
Mr. Johnson's Head was good for what it was.
That was just a remix, though, right?
Yeah,
that doesn't really count to me.
But yeah, the other 2 not very Halloween-y. This is definitely Halloween-y.
And then I think it kind of went a little peak again, and then dipped a little
for the next 15 years.
I don't know. There's some, like I said, some gems in there. There's a lot recently I don't know.
Yeah, you really have to go digging and listening. But yeah, if you are not familiar with this, you should go out of your way to listen to it. All right. Anything else with this track, or you think we're ready to call it a day and move on to the next one?
Yeah, I think we got a little bit more history of the event and the night in the next couple, so we could dig a little deeper.
Yes.
Move along.
Hopefully you've followed us along with this being your first, but we'll see. Or you'll see. I don't know.
We ranked it in terms of Hallowicked. Do we drop in the canon, or are we not do that in this here?
As a song or as the whole EP?
Yeah, I guess that would be a whole EP discussion. We'll say that at the end.
We're not doing a wrap up of this.
No, we can't do it. But at the very end, we lump all 3 together. We can't do it solo.
If we do it, I don't think it. I hate to say, I don't think it does.
Oh man!
If we're going like Juggalo canon is the top tier.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you're not putting 12 Joker cards in there or whatever. Like, it's for the very, very best.
Very best of.
It's not the WWE Hall of Fame where fucking
everyone makes
it. If you are going toppest tier, it may be a top 5 Hallowicked song, top 5 EP, if you will. But does that make it like the best?
No, we'll see. We'll see how these other 2 tracks hit us.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to make that a hard
sell, hard
thing to get into, not just anyone.
I appreciate that.
But if it's something that you think other people would enjoy or people should listen to, yeah. But if it's like a Hall of Fame, that's real close.
We'll see.
We'll see. What do you think? Follow us on all social medias at JuggaloRWD. Email us, JuggaloRWD@gmail.com. Or give us a call, 810-666-1570. Leave us a voicemail or a text. Or come find us and be like, hey, motherfucker, every Halloween sucks. And we'll be like, okay.
Well, I'll headbutt you.
You like Red Rum Bedlam? Or there's some Blood Red Rum song, right? I don't know. You like some other Hallowicked songs?
Murder Cloak.
Murder Cloak. You see... On Spotify, it's like Murdo Cloak.
Murdo Cloak.
Come on now. So yeah, let us know about what you like on any one of those platforms. And if you're listening anywhere, Spotify, YouTube, Apple, leave a review, share with a friend. Let them know what we're doing here. Maybe the more people that listen, we'll do more little fun like this.
Bonus round.
Little bonus. So that's it for bonus episode number 1. Stay tuned for episodes 2 and 3. That should be in your feed right now.
Yeah.
Unless you listen to them out of order.
Let it play. Let it roll.
Just go.
Keep it on a loop all weekend. While you're at the shows, if you're at Juggalo weekend, let this shit just roll in your car on a loop.
If you're in the hotel room waiting and your friends are taking forever, just throw this on. Listen to it.
Like, you guys listen to this? Did you guys rate this? Well, get on your phone right now. If you're on Spotify, hit that little star gimmick. If you're on Apple, write a review. Tell us what your favorite candy bar is. If you like goobers or suckers.
Or gummy, whatever he says.
A little gummy bear on the table.
But don't do it at 5:30 in the morning. Tap, tap. All right, that's it. We're
Tap,
on
tap on the glass, the piece of ass. Remember that song?
No, I gotta go.
That was a Dark Lotus one.
Episode 2 coming at you real soon. Thank you. All music played in this episode and in this entire season is owned by the respective publishers and copyright holders and is reproduced for review purposes only under fair use.
Tap, tap.
Don't doubt the professionals.
See you at 5:30 in the morning.
No, we're good.
Tap, tap.
Tap, tap.
Nice reference.
Yeah, I didn't even realize you just dropped a straight up line.
Good thing we're recording that. Hope that came out.
There's the Easter egg.
Yeah, I'll save that for sure.